Hello guys and welcome back to Seeing Summer, and today we are going to be seeing which hero has the best early game. This is going to be in a list format, so the worst will go first and the best will go last. So basically we see the worst first and then slowly the heroes get better until we see which hero has the best early game. Now I just took the 5 heroes that people said that had good early game. Quincy I took because people who play chimps a lot say that he has a really good chimps early game. So I wanted to see how that translated to this. Of course, you can see the rules on screen now, and also after that, you will see a list of heroes. And let's get started. Alright, last at number 5 is Sai. The reason I think Sai died on only round 18 is because he's not really meant for early game, he's meant to help with late game. And of course, if you're using Sai for the early game, just take my advice, and I'm just going to say, please don't use him for his early game. It's absolutely terrible. Alright, in 4th place is Quincy. Now, I think the reason Quincy died is it is the automatic hero that you first get. He's not that great. And that's the reason that he's not really that good. Now for chimps, he's pretty good, but for normal Bloons TD6, it's not that great. So then again, maybe don't use Quincy for the early game unless you're playing chimps. But then again, he's not as bad as Sai. Next is Pat Fusty. He survived 5 more rounds than Quincy. He doesn't have that great of an early game, but the good thing is he does pop 2 layers, so that this is definitely a better early game. I think that the only problem he had was not big clumps of balloons like Sai, but balloons that were too fast for him, which is another problem Sai had. So he only had really one of those problems, and he was still pretty, good at it. This is where I'm starting to say, hey, Pat has an okay early game. I definitely think that his big squeeze is worth it, so Pat Fusty is still a good hero. I'm not saying he's bad, but just there are better heroes out there for the early game. And of course, during this video, I don't mean to make anyone upset. And just remember that this is only the hero's early game. I'm not even considering their late game, because Sai is for the late game, so I can guarantee you he'd be better at the late game. Just wanted to clarify. Next is an Adora with an impressive round 37, which is 11 more rounds than Pat Fusty. As you can see, Adora is an absolute early game powerhouse. Oh my god, the only problem with her is that I had to kind of micro her, because what was going on is that she couldn't pop purple balloons. But with the amount of money that I was making, I could have just gotten down in MIB. The only other real problem she had was camo balloons. Even though her Long Arm of Light's description says that she can pop all kinds of balloons while it's active, she can't pop camos even when it's active. So I did die to mostly just balloons that had too many layers. But I was getting to the point where she could do fire 3 at a time, which was pretty insane just for this hero. So I think that Adora is an early game powerhouse. I've also heard from people who've done her late game that she absolutely smashes the late game. So yeah, so she is the second best hero at the early game. Alright, the best hero for the early game is, drumroll please, Sada. Now, Sada, everybody was expecting her to be at the top of the list, right? Nobody's surprised. She has a ton of damage, and she has an amazing ability, which allows her to slam swords on the ground and pop lead. Of course she's number 1. And of course, I hope you guys enjoyed this funny video about monkeys. And be sure to like and subscribe and it really supports the channel. And I will see you guys next time, and bye.